So just here, talking about stuff. It is pretty crazy how it goes. So okay, I'm just here to talk about how actually successful Superman pretty much has been currently, actually, and it caught up pretty quick. And I want to show you this is pretty amazing, in my opinion. Here it is. As you can see, $337 million in the box office. That is amazing. And plus, here is some proof that it's accurate because same number right here, because sometimes this website and the other website doesn't really match sometimes. So it is interesting that this is matching now. And see how uneven it is because they show a different picture, you know. So yeah, it is pretty cool that that's the case. I think Superman can do great because they have another week left until Fantastic Four comes out. And that'll take a lot of big screens and stuff. So I'm just here to present my case on that situation. So yeah, it is interesting how that works, I would say. So yeah, it is interesting how that works. I think it will be pretty cool overall. Oh, Superman doesn't even need to make. Yeah, I agree. But this is currently the state of the movie right now, and this is gonna be pretty good. It doesn't need to make a billion. It's getting closer. It already made its budget back. Now it has to double that, so it'd be close to like probably like 450, um, 450 million. It'd be kind of good, and then 500 would be matching it up, you know? Yeah, exactly. Superman doesn't need to make a billion, only make it for Justice League movie. Yeah, exactly. And here is proof somewhat that it's actually accurate right here. And the reason why I'm showing these is this group of people actually is excited about the movie. Like they watched it a lot of times. I think this girl right here, I think she said she possibly watched it 5 times. So these are fans of the movie that watched it multiple times. So yeah, it is great. Let's see. It is great. I think it is going to be interesting how this movie's gonna do. Domestic is going on with that. European, Asia, Australia, Hong Kong. It is it is interesting that this doesn't say China. Latin America, domestic. Yeah, it doesn't say China. That's interesting. Asian Pacific. Yeah, that's interesting how that's like that. But and having South Korea, I guess it doesn't show that Australia situation. Hong Kong does that. Interesting. I haven't really saw the article or information that says that he did make the fact that China is no longer having it. I haven't seen that really. But yeah. So yeah, this is crazy. So yeah, it um kind of views about stuff. really, really crazy. But yeah, it is pretty interesting. It is interesting how it's going. Hi. So you saw the name. Here's proof. Superman currently is pretty successful right now because it still has a week from Fantastic Four. It's possibly gonna do something good. And what's interesting is this doesn't show China, and China is confirmed to be in there. So I'm guessing it's gonna update later on for that, which is pretty cool. Gonna see international. Because it has China right here. So it is interesting that China's right here, but where? Let's see, China. So it's weird that it. Okay, I guess its total currently opening was that, but it is weird that I did try to look for the information showing that when China's box office will end for Superman, but it was weird. But even if it does end, it's still gonna do well because of purchases and rentals and all that stuff in China, possibly. But this person is a big fan of it. Yeah, yeah. It is pretty crazy. DC or Justice League like that. Yeah, DC or Justice League can make 1 billion. And the chapter one. However, I think what's crazy is if they want to really, really lead on, continue for a while, hold off on Justice League, but do the Terrifics because people love Mr. Terrific right now. People are saying Mr. Terrific had the best scene. So have Mr. Terrific and Metamorpho because people like Metamorpho, and then add the girl, add Plastic Man because people, at least DC fans, know about Plastic Man from the animated shows and stuff. The casual people that watch the animated shows do the Terrifics. But yeah, but yeah. I just think people that really want it to fail kind of skewed a little bit there. Weird. Superman deserved better, so I'm guessing he was. This isn't a review of Superman, it's a review of me. I'm done. So it seems like that you didn't like Superman, you betrayed Superman, the Snyder letter. X fan wrote me a letter. Thanks for checking out my Superman live stream. Everyone is doing Superman reviews. You betrayed Superman, Brian, woke Superman garbage. Nope, this is not woke Superman garbage. People analyzed it and said it's not woke. Your channel is dead. Man of Steel is too dark and serious. I think you care too much. Um, movie slob is a movie ghost. Why you punch down on Snyder fans? You give Guns Superman a pass. Unsubscribed. I miss you. Snyder is Snyder is the only one that gets it. The CW did Superman better. Yes, this guy seems very negative. Based on the name, I was trying to give it a chance. Success already? Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is creative. Haha, now here's one of someone trying to, I don't know what he's trying to. Okay, I'm just gonna say, you really seem to hate this movie. People, um, it's not going anywhere. Okay, there you go. I'm just gonna say that. I'm glad the DCU Paul Kent is alive, not dead for no reason. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I liked the fact that Paul actually is living, and also I'm glad. I'm partially glad about that because I still don't like Man of Steel the way he died because a tornado under an overpass was the dumb way. Because people that live near tornadoes should know to not hide under an overpass. But Zack Snyder never lived in a place that had a tornado and never looked into how to hide from a tornado. He never Googled it or anything like that. So yeah. But I'm a little confused of the viewer count situation. It says there's 3 people, but no one's really playing much right now. So, but yeah, let's just talk, hang out for a while, or something, right? Yeah, but here it is. Just there we go. So, how y'all doing? Saying whatever, right? Right now, I'm just petting my dog right now. My dog. Yesterday was a pretty long stream. It was like almost a 5-hour stream yesterday. But it's still pretty fun to watch because I was responding to a lot of comments, showing the comments on screen so we can read what I was responding to and stuff like that. So yeah, interesting. You know, it's going back and forth, whoever's watching, right? But yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, the music is really good. Superman music is really good. A lot of kids are watching it. I'm gonna get some stuff for it. It's gonna be interesting. Okay. Okay. So anyone saying stuff? Hmm. Cool. The DC Deathstroke and Bane movie script is complete and has officially ended in DC Studios. Oh, hi. I just recently I just see this right here. That he's not like a reputable source, so put this in a grain of salt. Um, the Deathstroke Bane movie might actually happen. That's pretty good. Deathstroke Bane movie. Yep. So yeah, that's cool. Oh, no, they're comparing a day to another day, not actually seeing the weekend drops, even though it's making. Yeah, I just shared it recently. Here is the current numbers. This is the current numbers are not updated yet. This recently updated right here. International went pretty up there now. So international is doing pretty well. And for this, it shows that Mexico's going pretty decent with that. UK is doing really well for that. China, not so much, but it's not doing horribly. Yeah, 400's really good. I don't know why people are hating on this situation, but I still haven't seen any information about the whole China thing. China getting rid of Superman in the movie theaters. Tried to search it. I didn't see it. If anyone knows, give me a link to it, I guess, because I haven't seen that information. I looked for it for a good while. Yeah, it is pretty crazy though. And here's the possible picture of the 4K Blu-ray Steelbook. Really cool looking Steelbook. Steelbook looks pretty cool. So that's what it looks like, the Steelbook. Here's a behind the scenes picture. Right here. They made it clear that it's not based on Israel and Palestine. Made it clear. Good news for Iggy Pop. I always thought the track had soul. Superman is the best friend you could have. So there's more people listening to punk rock because of this movie. So DC Con International right here. Yeah, that's a really good song. I'm a punk rock, yes I am. Yeah. This is Cinemark's thing for Smurfs. Some Smurf flavors, stuff like that. So yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff for that. Supposedly, Kevin Feige says Bizarro should come to DC. Oh, that means there's a good possibility that Superman could get those people. If the movie is not that good for the Smurfs, there's probably gonna be more people wanting to watch Superman. That's pretty interesting for that. Saying, gotta get back to the phrase, saying that kind of dialogue is that and is like, do you even search for the meaning of fray? Yeah, and plus that's a very comic book line to say, you know? They say that kind of dialogue all the time in comic books. Gotta get back to the fray means getting back to the fight. Yes. Exactly. Fray means fight. Yes, exactly. And that's it just seems like it's straight from the comic. I gotta show this again. More people are watching Superman stuff just because of the movie. Yeah, there's one scene in the Superman movie I expected Lois Lane's to say swell. Yeah. So the writer for the Authority, I'm not sure why they. I guess they didn't confirm the name of who did the is doing the Authority, but whoever's did the Authority moved on for a different DC project, which is pretty interesting, and it is good overall because I like the writers to be comfortable for what they're writing. So then the movie overall is better because person's more comfortable, they write better. Yeah, but like that was more promotional reasons, I think. Do you remember when he complained about Superman simply having a middle? Let's see. Yeah, okay. Yep. Doing well in India. Yep, it's doing well in India, even though people said that Indians would boycott it. Yeah, even the chat was making fun of it. Yeah. Oh, so here's the thing. Just might spot a familiar face on the big screen. Superman. I also happy I can finally share. Getting to work with Superman, forever grateful for the experience and the memories. A huge thanks for the incredible for believing in me and to my amazing team at AIM for always having my back. Thank you for taking a chance on a girl from Korea, be, being directed by you and stepping into the world of Superman was nothing short of a dream. It's an honor to be a part of the incredible vision. We're grateful to thank you for leading graceful to the rest of the incredible cast and crew. Way to make a fantastic movie. So honored to be a part of the film. Superman is a beacon of hope. Don't walk, run to the theater. Oh. So this is really cool. This is promoting the person that was in the movie. I'm guessing she's like was an extra background or something. But it is interesting that it is cool that a person's was happy to be in the movie overall. I would specifically say Ranting for Vengeance was like did a really bad one. Yeah, Ben Shapiro was boring. Yep. And this is another promotion. Superman rings. So yeah, that's one promotion. Here's more behind the scenes images. Okay, so Variety, repu reputable news source that people trust. Here is the budget. 225 million, right? Opening 220 million. Marketing budget 125 million. James Gunn salary 15 million. Nicholas Hoult salary 2 million. David Cornsweet 750,000 for Rachel Brosnahan. So this right here proves I think there's too many jokes in there. To me, the jokes were fine because the jokes were, yeah, there weren't that many jokes because the jokes itself made sense in the moment. My problem with a lot of Marvel movies is that the jokes don't fit the movie itself. So yeah. But you can check this out right here. I would say possibly you would like to zoom in. Here is some great proof on the situation we have right now. Production budget, this, yes, right here is proof about all the money stuff. So people cannot lie about all this stuff because this is all the proof you need. Variety is saying all the proof right here. So, yes. Budget is not 300 million or something, what people are saying. This is the budget. This is the global opening. This is the thing. And the money that they were talking about for that paper is about the state agreements. But yeah, people call me a gun. I don't even like Gunn's humor a lot. Superman actually made me like laugh, especially when Jimmy yelled something. Which, yeah, yeah. The humor was really good. I liked it. But yeah, that was the budget for it, right? So, you know how excited people are? People are excited about the movie. Yeah. Saw that mural, actually. That's interesting. The beginning of that video showed the mural. Yeah, most wholesome video. Yeah. But man, uh, so this mural is different to the mural that's seen in the movie. Thinks Jor-El twist is bad. Yes, that's a big controversy. Some people say it's bad. People that like the movie also said that little thing is bad. That little situation was bad. But I understand what they're coming from because in the original movie, um original Superman movie, they did not care for humans because you saw the mom, the Jor-El's wife, says, "Oh, they're a lot weaker than us. They're really bad. Like they kind of insulted them the whole time. It's like no, he's gonna survive because he's way more powerful and stuff like that." I mean, everyone doesn't like the twist. Even the people that, yeah, a lot of people don't like the twist, but I'm okay with it because throughout all the at least in the Richard Donner version, it showed that Superman's parents weren't really nice to humans in their perspective of humans, you know. So they weren't really nice. They were kind of normal. But yeah, overall, that's how it is. I'm just gonna scroll. DC fans who want huge fan of. So yeah, yep, it's been a while, but if you see this right here, probably zoom in a little bit. James Gunn says, just wait and see. He might actually be Batman. He might be someone else because the casting could be different depending on how they're trying out for the character. Because Nicholas Holt tried out for Superman and didn't get it. Ended up being Lex Luthor, one of the best Lex Luthors we had in a while. So I'm just gonna this. So I gotta point this out. People are still comparing movies, cinematography, and all that. This is pretty different, even though people are saying it's the same thing. This is what frustrates me a little bit. I do not care much about how crazy this is. People are being odd because it's the same type of shot in a different context. That's how things go, right? It's pretty crazy, you know. People love to find things to dislike. Here's something kind of interesting. This adult actress that I kind of don't like because she kind of contradicts herself a lot in like conversations. But she put her perspective, and a lot of people, a lot of the creators actually agree. Not to get too deep, but yeah, that's the point. Clark isn't human, but the unconditional love from his adopted parents humanized him. Bruce lost that love early in life, and it dehumanized him for a bit. He finds his way through it and heals in some adaptations, but it requires hanging up the cape and cowl. The bum Batman and still gets into situations. So yeah, response to DC fans who called Batman a bum in his 40s, who still gets into situations. Doesn't mean they are both the same movie. Yeah, agree. Same cinematographer doesn't mean, yeah. And then this picture is good. Look out. And this is Supergirl right here. That might work. Okay, I'm gonna hide the pictures to show specific thing. Luther to the point. Okay. Okay, here is my okay. So here is my point right here. Okay, well, I'm actually gonna hide it for a sec. Gonna see. Forgot where it was. Okay, here's the thing. So I'm gonna go to this. Okay, I'm gonna share this right here. Should have made crypto CGI. Look out, Supergirl's coming up. Only comment reminds you of DCAU. Yes, DC is basically the DCAU in live action. Yep. Funny guy. I suggest God. Yeah. Yes, but here's my point right here. This person responded to me. If I were director, I would not care if animal rights activists could cooperate. Also, the set for the iceberg environment obviously wouldn't be cold in the actual studio set. Okay, how is this a studio set? It's shot in location. I think it's better if the crypto CGI because no real dog is harmed. Yes, no real dog here. No real dog is harmed because look, it's shot in Norway. Snow everywhere, really, really cold. But here is this person. Obviously, wouldn't be cold in a studio set. Also, the CGI crypto does not look realistic. Yes, it does. People actually said, "Oh, I thought it was a real dog. He looked pretty real." Realistic, but instead looks as fake as the fake looking buck in the version of Call of the Wild. Are you serious? As fake as the Call of the Wild. He's comparing crypto to Call of the Wild. Are you kidding me? I'll do Call of the Wild movie image. Dog. So he's comparing this 2025 images. So he's comparing those. So this guy right here is comparing crypto from Superman 2025 with Call of the Wild. Yes, Snyder filmed in the studio set. Who watched Call of the Wild? What the hey is Call of the Wild? Yeah, no one really watched Call of the Wild. I watched Call of the Wild. I watched How are you, buddy? Yeah. Here is what I'm saying right here. This guy is comparing the dog from Call of the Wild to crypto. This dog right here, this dog right here that looks very fake. You see the face, you see the fur, versus this one right here looks very, very realistic. Look at that. Versus this dog right here. I don't understand what he's talking about. Don't you know that many people hate the fact that most modern movies overuse CGI so much that, okay, I'm gonna show you what I responded with, right? So here it is. Call a while, stop putting so much CGI. Here's my response to it. I said, it was shot on location. You need to look up the behind the scenes. Animal rights sometimes ruin the reputation of films. Us fans don't care, but casuals and people with different political opinions will not like the animal thing. Yes, the set was on location in a real cold environment. P.S. Some movies have CGI when people don't think they do. Some are set related, some are environment related and all. I look into behind the scenes stuff all the time. Even movies that don't have much also use CGI. Superman is awesome. Yes. But I'm just pointing out this crazy situation, and here is the current box office. I'm gonna refresh it just to show you. This is the current box office. It is not updated yet. I'm pretty sure they're not counting every second and every time. And here is my take on this situation. WBD stocks. Okay. People point out that, oh, the stock is dropping by a few cents. But here, if you see here from this right here, January, February, March, April, May, June, from June 17th, July 17th, June 17th, July 17th, went from 1057 all the way to 1275. The stocks went up. If you look at from the year 1075 all the way down to 809, stocks went up all the way to 1284, 1275. From the year all the way up here, all the way to 1275. So the stocks go up. And of course, from here, this was the time it went down from there, but it went back up all the way to 1275 max. From all the way to the max level, 7 right here, went up, went skyrocketed all the way from the 2021. In 2021, the Snyderverse ended in before 2021, so there's that. But yeah, there's the stocks. Yeah, Tyra Magnus is similar to him. Yep. Yeah, and yeah, I asked if WB been losing a lot of money. How are they paying off people to speak positive? Yeah, like I said, they don't pay for positive reviews because that's against the law for people to hide that they're getting paid. If they get paid for a positive review, the reviewer has to say that they're getting paid. But that's all I have to say for that thing. But yes, Superman currently is pretty successful right now. And here's the numbers. Yeah, so the box office is doing really well. It's doing great. So yeah, who is James Gunn more? Sean. I would say Aaron Fisher because his recent post was very, very, very negative. He says James Gunn constantly lies all the time, even though he doesn't lie. He probably misleads people for what they're saying, but he doesn't lie. And the way he misleads people, he misleads mainly because he doesn't want to give a full answer because that's too much of a spoiler. That's how Sue's work is going crazy. Aaron Fisher, yep, Aaron Fisher is going crazy currently. He's pretty crazy right now. I just think everyone here should consider watching Superman again or tell someone else to watch Superman, promote Superman a little more. I really want Superman to do well. Aaron Fisher is one of the few that doesn't anti. Yeah, mostly daily basis, and then he points out that he's not anti James Gunn constantly, but he is. He, he always says he never lies, but says the lies anyway. Yep, Aaron Fisher lies a lot of times. Yeah, Sean. Yeah, I'm gonna remove this for now. Okay, so this is a little frustrating right now. This person, the whole AT&T girl thing, she got bullied about um how people objectify her, but now she's doing this, a few flirty pics, and it's like help people in need. That's a good gesture, but she kind of contradicts herself right there. But yeah, so here. James Gunn debunks another rumor for Wonder Woman. You see that? Yeah. So yeah, I'm just showing this. Yeah, Lethal Geek is really crazy because they paid for a truck to advertise their podcast, and they paid for the truck by getting a GoFundMe, tricking his audience, saying that they're gonna do the hashtags on it and stuff. And the hashtags were way too small, stuff like that. And here's an awesome thing. Right here, James Gunn praises Jason Momoa. This person's a really good channel. So this is what Pedro Pascal did right here, praising both movies. I'm guessing so he doesn't get any big backlash. Yeah, Lethal Geek is very toxic. So yeah, that's that. So here it is, right here. Superman and the Hammer and Ultraman. Here's the stunt doubles. These are the big stunt doubles, and it's cool that they're like completely confirm the whole stunt double stuff and stunts doing really well. And here is how everything works currently. Engineer, all the suit and stuff. Here is the crew. Here's engineer with the stand-in dog. Guessing this is another one of their dogs. The dogs hanging out with each other. All this, and this is the person that did the motion capture for the dog right here. Person helping out right there. There you go. The whole immigration backlash. Geek and gamers are still hating on the. Okay, Batman. Aaron Fisher probably he threatened to sue both Johnny Depp and me. Yes. Yeah. For this right here, the whole backlash for that, I called out Aaron Fisher, wanting him to show proof about the whole his dog being hurt in the surgery, wanting to raise money for surgery, at least show a picture of his dog being hurt in hospital or something, because showing proof is enough to actually make it happen, you know. If I want to pay money to help somebody, I want proof that I'm actually helping the person instead of the person just taking the money for themselves. Yeah, they had fun. Yeah. Yeah. Aaron Fisher was buying a lot of toys during that time. That was expensive stuff. And plus he's asking his fans to buy stuff from Superman things. It is confusing. At least the whole thing of nepotism is Superman. I actually hate the James. Yep. And here's the thing that was funny. James Gunn pointed out the whole The Rock wanting to take over DC and all that. So yeah. So here is yeah. 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 Oh, you hear that? James Gunn would be okay for Henry Cavill to be in the DCU as someone else. Okay, whatever. I can't. No, super needs to settle down. and she wants to get a hold of her and straighten her out. Ma Kent Navajo said Supergirl needs to settle down and she wants to. Yeah, Larry is weird. I just had that. Weird thing. I don't know. Yeah. And this is not me following him because this is a person that did this. This is how Larry got himself doxxed by doing a stupid giveaway contest to a random person, people on the internet. Yet he likes to accuse us of doxing his address. Bro, when you receive a package, you want to know who and where it came from, and I know you're stupid enough to put your full name and home address down on a piece of paper. So yeah, he got doxxed by writing his own information down. So yeah, there is that. Here's this right here. So yeah. Yep. So this girl's in the movie. So let's jump. You count previous. Yes, yes. Drop 70, which is a lot lower, and Superman dropped 52 compared to Man of Steel, but Sean ain't about this. He just likes anti-gun. Yep, anti-gun. Yes. However, the Snyder Cult doesn't so the Snyder Cult doesn't want to count the budget. See the budget of Superman, Man of Steel, and then the promotional money for Man of Steel, and yeah, and I believe I could all the way over here, go here, go here, go here, go here, here, here. Go, yeah, go there, there you go, here you go. Go. Okay. Oh yeah, so I'm just scrolling down, seeing what's going on with all this stuff. I'm gonna actually I'm gonna screenshot this right here, create a post image. There you go. Okay, so I posted this right here just to have a confirmation of stuff, confirming this right here. And possibly point out her about making Truth 31. So that was free talk. Fatal J. O's. Okay, money guy. So I'm just adding these people just to see. I just started. You're welcome. I like to share the tag just so you can see this post I shared for this, and this is proof that the bud. Talk about Aaron Fisher when he was on my environment. Yeah. So yeah, this is from Variety, straight from the source, straight from their account. This is their official account, Variety account right here, their Instagram. So this is proof of all that stuff. Probably gonna see the comments. Yeah, some people are confused why Lex gets paid more, but yeah. You got that poster. Yeah, that's interesting. That poster, yep, that's pretty cool. Interesting. Yeah, Sean name sounds familiar. Yep. Just gotta remove that. So here's some of the merchandise from PCC Movies. It's a different movie theater chain. They share some of the Cinemark stuff. Funko Pop, adult T-shirt. That's the adult size, which is pretty interesting because some theaters only sell the kid size. If you want like adult size thing, you have to get like the extra large. So that's pretty cool. But this is the stuff at pet cape, so it's the pet could wear that cape. So yeah. Hall of Justice playset, yeah. Very cool. Here's another cool thing. Randy Orton, the wrestler, wants to play Batman. Of course, don't believe this whole like Photoshop situation right here, but this wrestler supposedly wants to play Batman. So yeah, Randy Orton plays wants to play Batman. That's pretty interesting, right? Here is some stuff. This is a big thing. People said that he should quit acting, but he did really good on Superman, so that's thing. Yeah, Superman's got to make a lot, make 400 at least for now, and then expand later on. Here is as post. So 2 large popcorns. At least to that. For post. Getters. Yeah. Okay. There's another celebrity that talks about the whole Superman being woke thing. It's messed up. So he says it's not that Superman went woke, it's that the more hateful members of our society decide that humankind and empathy are their moral enemies. So the Henry Danger guy says that. I wonder how much it blows like that. For popcorn. Yeah, okay. Nice popcorn bucket, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna this. Here's a pretty cool picture. Guessing this is like a fast food restaurant right here. It's a gas station from that. There's this gas station. So the Blue Beetle actor talks about him being in animation. So this post-credit scene was initially supposed to be in the movie. So this movie theater, that's not like the main movie theater, is promoting it right now. So here it is. James Gunn talks about why it's called Luther Court. It says, on why it's called Luther Court. I am a Smallville fan. Most people don't name their corporations after their first name. Also, it leaves the door open for his father in any way part of his or his mother. So this, he says, it opens the door for Lex Luthor's parents to actually show up. So the Godzilla -1 director has talked to James Gunn. Read by James Gunn. The two reportedly bond over their shared love visions, right down with Gunn praising. Could this be the start of DC Toho crossover or just two directors swapping notes? Yes. Smallville, Luther Court, Smallville. So here, Gunn officially confirmed that director Luca Guadagnino has quit being the director for the DCU Sergeant Rock movie. The film is still happening though. So the Sergeant Rock movie has not been canceled. Sergeant Rock movie is still planned to come out. So the Sergeant Rock movie can come out. Is Sergeant Rock really that good to not just can it and focus on other else? Let's see. It is. What other projects? So this person says this movie should be good. It says this movie should be good. Yeah, that's what it says at least. The director's leaving. So here is pictures of the new Harry Potter show. It's because they're really desperate for Blade to actually come out. You know, people want Blade, so there's another confirmation again. James Gunn says Warner Brothers has nothing to do with controlling DC. Of course, Warner Brothers has still got to get money from the DC thing, but yeah. Yeah. So here is it. Actually, hold on. I just recently shared this right here. 231. I shared this right here. This is from Variety right here. Production budget, global opening, marketing budget, and the salaries right there. And here is the box office currently not updated right now, but it could be more. So that's that. And I proved so here it is right here. Sergeant Rock director changed. That's the new news right there. And Godzilla, hi. Everybody, I'm just I think the truth came on a little later, so I'm just catching him up. So Godzilla Minus One director talked to him. So they spoke together, James Gunn and him. And here is this right here. James Gunn named it Luthor Court, just because it's Smallville, and also it opens up for Lex Luthor's parents to show up at some point. And the after credit scene's supposed to be in the movie initially, but they changed it. And here is okay, here's this. Harry Danger actor says the woke thing is BS. And here's the popcorn bucket thing. Yeah. Here's some more merchandise for Superman right here. Oh, Cascade. That's pretty cool. Welcome. So here is my thing. I'm probably gonna add a few more. Daydream, probably. There we go. Okay. Hopefully add some more. Here's that. Bunch of DC fans who want to know Beast Boy casting for DC films. So they're wanting that. So there you go. Ma commented on Supergirl, possibly. Throw shade as that, yeah, already know that. So there's that. Here's more behind the scenes pictures of the stunt doubles. So yeah, just catching everyone up that just joined. Ma can't never speak out about the possibility of reprising her role in the DCU's Superman Christmas special in James Gunn's. So possibly this Superman Christmas special, she might come back, possibly. So here you go. She might show up in the Christmas special, right there. People are excited. Okay, that's that kind of stuff. That James Gunn praising that. Here's that. Jason Momoa portrayal. Obviously, that would happen. So yeah, I'm just catching people up. James Gunn debunks the false rumor of Wonder Woman character casting. James Gunn debunking stuff is pretty good. Yeah. DC doing more Christmas specials. Okay, hold on. Just gonna. Okay. CS, the director, is pretty bad. Just cringing on that. But man, this comment was really bad. If y'all are still here, this comment was really bad, really annoying. I proved it to be factually false. Melanie Mac actually liked the movie. I recommend watching this YouTube channel. She really likes Superman. She watched it possibly 5 times already, and she listens to the soundtrack multiple times. All these people really liked the Superman movie. So yeah, it is holding strong. So yeah. So yeah. I'm just gonna show you this right here. This post, I proved this one wrong completely. You can read this saying Call of the Wild CGI looks better than Crypto. That was kind of dumb. Here's the post for I Know What You Did Last Summer, right here. James Gunn brand new DCU Superman film has officially expanded to more theaters with an additional locations added. So more and more theaters for Superman, which is really good. Adds more theaters, more showings, more people. So this is during the sound booth right here. A little kid plays with the Superman toy during the sound booth thing. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. So that's the thing. Yeah. Okay, here's another idea. So, person that played Ronin is interested in being Batman. There's more and more people that wants to be Batman. Pretty crazy, right? And here is some here's some glasses for Superman. There you go. Yeah, people judge, hate, spoil movies and all that. Yeah, it's crazy. And this right here, Dead Boy Detective, more people are watching it. I'm just sharing some information. That's it. It's just a funny picture. James Gunn cooking. It's just a funny. We paste genres on, yeah. Batman. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty cool too. Yeah. Oh, and look at this. James Gunn confirms that new DCU projects are in development in Korea, Japan, and Brazil. So James Gunn is doing some projects from to other countries. Interesting how this actually will work. So David Cornsweet's wife surprises him with the Lego Millennium Falcon after wrapping Superman. Here it is. Australia got a lot of people watching Superman. Okay, here's an interesting question. From Guardians of the Galaxy 2, this monster right here, Starro from the Suicide Squad, and the Kaiju from Superman. Which is your favorite? Which is your favorite? This right here is a pretty cool thing. MCU, Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, DCEU, here, DCU. Even though some of this is a part of this too. So yeah. So James Gunn is not writing season 2 of Creature Commandos, which makes sense because he just moved into helping other people writing stuff. Makes sense. So yeah, I'm just saying this is gonna be really cool for just promoting Superman. Here's another picture for another 4K release. Here you go. Jack Quaid said absolutely loved James Gunn's Superman build, and that he can't think of the last time a movie gave him hope. Right there. Here's Jack Quaid. Absolutely love they did the big blue proud and cried audience cheer. You of course that you are Superman, period. You created Superman. Watch. Silly. Animated Superman. So Jack Quaid was in a movie with David Cornsweet, so he actually saw him in person. There. So here is the difference between a regular theater and a Screen X. Yeah, difference between a regular theater and a Screen X. Here is small little video on Mr. Terrific. Pretty little. Yeah, Screen X is strange, but makes sense. Yeah. Mhm. But here is Mr. Terrific on the chair thing, just having fun. So here it is. I looked up this guy's Instagram and he had nothing to do with movie reviews and all that stuff, but even he wanted to watch Superman, which is really cool. So even this guy wanted to watch Superman. This picture's just very wholesome. Okay. See? Me after watching the new Superman movie. There you go. Buying a whole bunch of merchandise. Pretty fun. Pretty cool. Interesting. That's pretty cool. It's a whole theater with a curtain and everything. That's pretty cool watching Superman like this. This is Mark Hamill right here. Route 31. Doing some posts. There you go. Now Truth 31. Crazy. Then and now. This is pretty crazy. They didn't really clarify what movie they were watching. Yeah, so don't really believe in customers that say that. No, it was like a guest that said the movie was canceled. I'm guessing that guest did a prank or something. I don't know. Oh, so it was How to Train Your Dragon. It was not Superman. Yeah, so they watched How to Train Your Dragon. So yeah, yeah, it would be like that for me because yeah, you have a small town that's fine. Okay, so I'm just gonna go here. Here it is right there. People compare these two. To me, Superman was better than Man of Steel in this situation, healing because how did he heal so fast? How did he heal so fast in this dark shot? Look how dark. Look how dark it is right here. It's like very dark, right? The sunlight's supposed to heal him, but like, why is the sunlight so dark? This one's the bright sunlight that healed him, you know? Yeah, probably. But yeah, these two, I think Superman looks better in this healing situation. Yeah, Cavill looked like a zombie. Like my issue of this healing scene was healing by the sun, but the environment looks too dark. Yeah, lighting visuals. Yeah, lighting visuals that he uses. But if he heals this fast, then the sun should be really strong, right? And my issue of the whole Pa Kent dying in Man of Steel is also an issue for me because he he's supposed to be a high school student, but he still looks like Henry Cavill. That's a big issue for me right there. Here is this right here. Person sketching the logo. Look at that. Person sketched the logo. Person sketched the logo with the Superman thing and teaser trailer version with the music. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Yeah. That looks really cool. And of course, this was shown. As a popcorn bucket. Yeah, I'm not really good at that either, so that's fine. So Barbie is supposedly getting a sequel, but Margot Robbie is not involved. Greta Gerwig, the director, is not involved. So they're probably gonna get another director in here. And Margot Robbie's gonna not be that Barbie. He's probably gonna have a different Barbie. There's a lot of different Barbies, so yep. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Let's see. I know what you did last summer since people spoiled it. Oh yeah, Snyder spoiled it, which is funny because wasn't I know what you did last summer not a Warner Brothers movie, and also you can still watch it. To me, spoilers don't really matter as long as they don't spoil like they don't show me a picture of it, you know. So yeah, this is a pretty cool artwork, card composition winner, and here's some of the merchandise for the movie theater stuff. So there. Okay, I'm gonna actually quick search. I don't know what you did last November 2025. Okay. Okay. Mm, Studio. Okay, Rotten Tomatoes. Mostly. What is it? Okay, hold on. There you go. So I know what you did last summer is a Columbia Pictures. It's Columbia Pictures, so not Warner Brothers Pictures. It's Columbia. So yeah. Quick feed my dog real quick. But yeah, it's a clump. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, franchise changed studios over the years. Yeah, but this gonna be a Columbia Pictures movie. So Columbia, I think, is a Sony company. So I don't know why a Snyderverse person says to they spoiled it or something. It is weird that they spoiled it. So it'll be 19 97. Columbia and then Sony. So even the original was Sony. So both of them Sony. I don't know why they wanted to spoil it, but that's weird. But here was the merchandise that was being promoted. So yeah. So yeah. But these are the merchandises right here. This is for look at the merchandise. So yeah, all these pins, rings, so on and so forth. The jewelry, also watch. But yeah, that's all that one is. And this, yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah. This is funny. Uh, because the Superman curse thing, yeah, they said I never hated the suit to begin with. Yeah. Big Belly Burger, comic book, Arrowverse, DCEU, DCU, and this Blue Beetle. This was from Blue Beetle, and Blue Beetle possibly gonna go to the DCU anyway, so doesn't really matter. No. Look right there. So not. Oh, wait, hold on. Non from Superman 2. Non from Superman 2. And got Nuclear Man from Superman 4. So yeah, I'm just gonna show that again. So here you go. David Cornsett comes to the defense of his Man of Steel predecessor, Henry Cavill. Bye. Yeah, it's proof that haters want to hate. Oh, let's see. That's yeah, that guy doesn't know Guy Gardner. This is a wholesome picture too. Crypto with that sleeping Crypto right next to him. That's pretty cool. This picture. Pretty cool. And here are the multiple cryptos. And also, this person forgot the Titans crypto and new crypto. Warner Bros. Entertainment. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Here's another pretty odd post. For big milestone Superman must hit to be true success. That doesn't need to hit this or match the box office of the Batman 7-7. You know, not today. Adjusted inflation. If Superman can't at least manage to shake it for the DC reboot, raise doubt about Billy. No, this is fake. Or outperform Man of Steel. That doesn't mean it needs to outperform Man of Steel because Man of Steel was during 2013 where more people were watching movies and there was no movie theater memberships and there are less streaming services and everything like that. So, nope, to be truly profitable. Nope, doesn't need to be truly profitable. Why budget around plus marketing? Superman needs roughly worldwide just to break even. Nope. Nope. Doesn't need it. No profit, no party. Headline doesn't pay the bills. Hollywood accounting won't fool anyone outside of such media. No. Hit 1 billion. Dream. Optional, but huge. Yeah. Nope. Most of those are false. Real cold, an actual cold location. No CGI dog. CGI dog needs to be here because of this. On location, real snow. Ice bath. Pretty crazy, right? That's pretty crazy. That whole crypto lookalike contest. Yeah. So Michael B. Jordan, Static Shock on hold. Right here. See? That's pretty interesting. More people that are excited for this movie. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Here is Jor-El. The Adventures of Superman, Jor-El. Superman the movie, Superboy, Lois and Clark, Smallville, Man of Steel, Superman and Lois, and Superman. Here are all of the Jor-Els, pretty much. I be- I believe so, but I'm not sure. So look, he's in Sesame Street episode. This was a whole cringy moment right here. Superman alcohol drink. Yeah. Oh, that was her? Cool. That's why I looped it. This position is kind of odd. There's more people that saw themselves in the movie, which is really cool. Interesting how that happens. So she actually has lines in the movie, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's very cool. So she was in the same area that they shot the kiss in. I'm just gonna leave this here for a little bit. Anyone that could watch, read it, could pause. And yeah, there you go. I think the first one is the design of the belt kit. Yeah. Yeah, the logo is pretty cool. I like it. So, the girl that played Supergirl, in the CW wants to support the Superman movie. So this is him actually. I know it's kind of okay. So this is them in Fortnite. Looks pretty cool. So yeah, that's them in Fortnite. David Cornstarch said he. Yeah, that was the whole thing. He wants to rated R thing. Yeah, there you go. Here's the scene. Or whatever, right? This is Hawk Girl. Looks very good. Yeah, but I wouldn't mind like a rated R Superman thing if it's like Bizarro, you know? That'd be interesting. So yeah, this was pretty cool. Like she be able to take a picture with Nicholas Holt. This was pretty cool. Yeah, look at this, man. Looks awesome. That's awesome. Looks pretty cool. Oh, Superman 64 kind of thing. Okay. Here's the vinyl record for the music. Yeah, yeah. That I agree with that, but a movie that does really good with radar, that movie does pretty good. So she likes this movie. Skyward being childish, showing himself giving the finger. We saw him doing that. Probably wonder what's with that. Yeah, yeah. Tyrone Skyward giving the finger to the freaking poster is weird. Yeah, but brand new Superman film. DC Studios partner with the Sesame Street Muppets to promote the Superman film. So Muppets promoting Superman film. It's a little odd because there is some inappropriate stuff for like toddlers, but this is good promotion if parents are okay for showing Superman to their kids. That's fine too because sometimes kids can watch rated R movies and be fine with that, you know. He's Comic 12% Beyond, He's Comic Gotham City, HBO Max Peacemaker 2, Jim Lee Friends. So yeah, this is the list of the whole DC stuff for Comic Con. So it's gonna mainly focus on comics and then talk about Peacemaker season 2. So yeah, this is pretty crazy. But yeah, the stream's been pretty fun. If anything, I'm just gonna enjoy what I got really. Oh, this is the new Bad Guys 2. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Peacemaker and DC visual, whatever. Yeah. Nice stream. So I'm just gonna end stream.